8 seconds sound easy, but most are already bleeding by the halfway mark. Bulls don't care about your training or your toughness. They buck, they kick, they stomp, and when they strike, it's brutal.
Oh, watch it. Oh! My goodness.
These are 10 of the most brutal wrecks bull riding has ever seen. The rides that went wrong fast, and crashes no one in the arena ever forgets. Let's start with Nathan Shaper. 4 brutal seconds on Bushwhacker, and his season was over. Bushwhacker, the name alone makes riders tense. February 8th, 2014, at the Liftmaster Invitational, Shaper came in confident, but Bushwhacker came out like a wrecking ball. Just 4 seconds into the ride, the bull dropped with all his weight, crushing Shaper's left leg. The snap echoed through the arena. Tibia and fibula shattered. The crowd gasped and medics rushed. Shaper lay in the dirt with his leg twisted and useless. Bushwhacker kept bucking like nothing happened. For Nathan, the pain was immediate, but so was the reality. Months of rods, screws, and grueling rehab stood between him and another ride. Then there's Cody Hudson, the guy who barely hit the dirt before Doc Holliday came crashing down on him. It was February 14th, 2014. The PBR-built Ford Tough Series was in full swing. Cody Hudson climbed in, fully ready for his 8 seconds. The gate cracked, and Doc Holliday came storming out, but nobody expected what happened next.
Weekend, let's go. Oh, and he's in trouble.
Hudson didn't last long. He was thrown hard, flat on the dirt, and before he could move, the bull's hoof came crashing down. The stomp hit clean, crushing the air right out of him. He curled up, trying to roll away, but there was no time.
Oh, watch it.
Doc Holliday wheeled around and ran straight over him, 1,000 pounds of rage barreling across his body. The crowd screamed, but Hudson was trapped in the worst place possible. Medics reached him fast, and the arena went dead silent. Seconds later, his hand twitched, then his body shifted. The crowd roared, not for victory, but because he was still alive. Next up is Ben Jones, whose wreck with Chin Music was pure brutality. Ben Jones came out of the chute tough, ready to fight, but Chin Music wasn't giving him a chance. It was 2014, the PBR Built Ford Tough Series Caterpillar Classic. The bull launched him straight into the metal gates and smacked his body hard, like a rag doll.
Could be pretty slow to get up.
The sound of the hit sucked the air right out of the arena, but Chin Music wasn't finished. He spun back, lined up, and drove a sharp kick into Jones's ribs. Bones cracked, leg fractured, ribs broken.
Yeah, no, the bull doesn't have a very good day. He's moving his outside foot well, but when he goes back the other way, he just slams him in the chute.
No cheers, no noise, just silence, broken by gasps as Jones lay curled on the dirt. His family later begged him to quit, but at that moment, all anyone cared about was whether he'd even move again. If you thought that was brutal, wait for Keith Hall, whose head slammed into the bull's skull. 2019 Velocity Tour event. Keith Hall nodded his head and the gate flew open. Painted Black came out like a storm. The bull didn't buck him off. He launched him.
Oh! My!
Painted Black sent Keith skyward, twisting him mid-air. He gripped on with one hand, fighting the fall, when letting go might have saved him. He thought he could steal the ride, but mid-air, gravity took over. He came crashing down, his head smashed straight into the bull's skull with bone-rattling force.
Now look at that young man walking out of this arena, Dayton, Ohio. They're the toughest athletes in the world.
The arena groaned as one. Hall lay stunned in the dirt, and the stubborn fight drained in a second. Later, he admitted, "I thought I had him, right up until I didn't." Those words told the whole story. In bull riding, believing is never enough. Then there's Agnaldo Cardozo, who takes a horn to the face and goes out cold. Friday night, the place was packed. Agnaldo Cardozo drew a mean one, whirligig 2. Out of the chute, the bull came vicious, snapping left, then swinging right, with no rhythm to grab onto. It was 2013 PBR Built Ford Tough Series, Table Mountain Casino Invitational. Cardozo tried to stay centered, but it didn't last. Just seconds in, Whirligig's horn cracked him straight in the face. Lights out. He went limp before his body even hit the dirt.
He took that shot in the face at Iron Cowboy, J-Dub, and this is just all the power of that bull coming up.
The crowd froze as medics sprinted in. 8 seconds wasn't even a thought. He barely lasted 2. Later, doctors found a blood clot in his head. Proof of just how bad the hit was. That ride didn't just end early, what nearly ended everything. Next up is Valdiran de Oliveira, turned into target practice when Sue hammered him with kick after kick. It was 2014, the championship round of the Bass Pro Shootout. The stakes were high, and Valdiran drew Sue, a bull with a reputation for breaking riders fast. The gate cracked. The bull came out like a rocket. Sue's first jump was violent, snapping Valdiran right away. Valdiran's grip slipped, his body shifted, and suddenly he was on the ground. Sue didn't stop. The bull spun back, hammering him with a series of brutal kicks. One to the side, another smashing near his chest, and then one terrifying strike just inches from his head.
Job for the 8 seconds, but at 9, things start going pretty bad. Just stomps all around him and all over.
Dirt flew. Pain piled up. But somehow Valdiran staggered away. No fractures, no torn muscles, just bruises and regret written all over his face. He knew he'd been lucky, too lucky. Coming in next is Claudio Crisostomo, who got hung up so long it felt like 2 rides. Claudio Crisostomo's wreck was cruel. He got hung up on the rope, dragged across the arena, stuck on no regrets like he was strapped in for a second ride he never wanted. It was 2014, the Bass Pro Shootout event. The bull spun and bucked, and just like that, Claudio couldn't shake free. Each second felt longer than the last. The rope held him tight, while the bull kept thrashing. Every twist made the crowd groan. Then came the stomps, heavy, crushing blows, straight down on him. The dirt flew. The sound was sickening. Fans covered their faces. Medics were ready to run in. He finally broke loose. But by then, the damage was done. It wasn't just a fall. It was a beating. One that left the arena silent until he moved. Then comes Luis Escobedo, tossed and crushed by Rodeo with a back-breaking stomp. It was the 2019 PBR Global Cup event, when Luis Escobedo didn't even get the chance to settle in. The gate opened, Rodeo exploded, and within 1 buck, Luis was on the ground. Before he could roll away, the bull came crashing down, hoof landing right across his back. The hit folded him and left him clutching his spine. The medics ran fast, but for a moment it felt like the air in the arena had been stolen.
You can see the strength of this bull that I'm talking about, and you see both feet click back behind him.
A stomp to the chest is bad, a stomp to the head is worse, but a stomp to the back, that can end everything in seconds. Luis was lucky to crawl away, but the fear on his face told the story clearer than words. Just when you thought it couldn't get worse, Brennan Eldred goes out cold while Jasper stomps straight on his face. Brennan Eldred drew Jasper, the bull known for violent jumps and no mercy. The gate cracked and Jasper fired out. Within seconds, the ride was over. Brennan hit the dirt hard.
He's out, guys.
The arena froze, but Jasper wasn't finished. The bull circled back, hooves pounding like thunder, and came down straight on Brennan's face. Not the chest, not the arm, his mouth. 1,000 pounds driving straight through bone and teeth.
As you commented, heard Shorty say it right there's the shot, and now he's actually hung up for just a little bit off.
It was 2019, the Iron Cowboy event. Medics rushed in, fans covered their mouths. This wasn't just a wreck, it was one of those rare moments where people wondered if a rider would ever get up again. Finally, Scotty Knapp takes a horn to the head in a wreck that nearly turned fatal. Scotty Knapp's close call could have been the end, right there. Out of the chute on Prankster, things looked rough but manageable, until his head smashed straight into the bull's skull.
And get the job done.
It was during the 2019 Mason Lowe Memorial event. The horn slammed into Scotty's helmet. The crack echoed, his body jolted back, eyes rattled, helmet taking the worst of the blow.
It's as though, here we go again. Bam!
He stumbled, trying to shake it off, while the bull kept thrashing like the wreck wasn't even worth noticing. The crowd clapped when Scotty finally moved. 1 inch lower, no helmet, and the story wouldn't be about survival, it would be about tragedy. Bull riding is a gamble. 8 seconds of glory or a lifetime of scars. Wrecks like these show how fast it all goes wrong. So tell me, would you climb on knowing this could happen? And if you love these stories from the dirt, hit the like button and stick around. Because in this sport, the next wreck is always closer than you think.